solo CD called Tiger Lily. This is Natalie with Wonder.
Doctors have come from distant cities just to see me. Stand over my bed, disbelieving what they see. They say I must be one of the wonders of God's own creation. And as far as they see, they can offer no explanation. Newspapers ask such intimate questions. They want confessions. Reach into my head and steal the glory of my story. They say I must be one of the wonders of God's own creation. And as far as they see, they can offer no explanation. She came to my cradle. No, this child will be able. Laughed as my body she lifted. No, this child will be gifted with love, with patience, and with faith. She'll make her make her way. People see me, I'm a challenge to their balance, and I'm over their heads. How I confound them and astound them to know that I must be one of the wonders of God's own creation. And as far as they see, they can offer no explanation. I believe fate smiled and destiny laughed as she came to my cradle. No, this child will be able. Laughed as she came to my mother. No, this child will not suffer. Laughed as my body she lifted. No, this child will be gifted with love, with patience, and with faith. She'll make her way. Make her way. Thank you.
It's quite a treat to have Natalie Merchant sort of hanging around at the piano with us all morning. This time she's going to play a track for us, for you, from her new CD, Ophelia. It's called Break Your Heart. Here's Natalie Merchant.
Oh, People downcast in despair see the dissolution everywhere, hoping their bad luck will change. Gets a little harder every day. People struggle, people fight for the simple pleasures in their lives, but trouble comes from everywhere. It's a little more than you can bear. I know that it will hurt. I know that it will break your heart, the way things are and the way they've been and the way they've always been. Push and shove for their rewards when I need my eyes on their minds. You can read about it in their eyes. People ruthless, people cruel, all the damage that some people do, full of hatred, full of pride. It's enough to make you lose your mind. With your own life, you never will let love survive. I know that it will hurt, and I know that it will break your heart, the way things are and the way they've been. Don't spread the discontent, don't spread the lies. Don't make the same mistakes with your own
life. Fantastic. That was lovely, Natalie. This is early for you.
Early? No.
But it's okay.
Every day I wake at 5 o'clock, take a cold shower, do calisthenics.
You work hard. You work hard. You were 17 when you ran off to join, or ran off, figuratively.
To join the circus?
Yeah, to join the circus, the
Right.
10,000 Maniacs. Did your parents freak?
Well, the thing was, I went to college when I was 16. And so they just said, you're moving a little fast, that's all, because then I wanted to go on tour after my second year of college.
But that was 17 years ago.
No, was it?
Yeah, yeah, it
No,
was.
it wasn't.
And now
only
I was
5
saying,
years
you're an
ago.
old pro now, but that's better to be an old pro.
No, I feel like, yeah.
You know what you're doing.
Yeah.
Now,
I learned.
one cool thing you just did was what, you know, Red Hot and Blue is the big AIDS fundraiser. There's
That's
a
the
new one called
co-founder.
Red Hot and Rhapsody.
Right. Red Hot's an organization in the States that works for greater awareness about the AIDS epidemic. And they also contribute to research. Actually, Red Hot and Blue sold 1 million copies, so they raised quite a bit of money.
Yeah.
And Red Hot Rhapsody is because of George Gershwin's 100th birthday, which
Oh,
happened.
yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
think it
So
was
what'd you
September.
sing?
I did, they're writing songs of love, but not for me.
Aw. Was this hard for you to do Gershwin?
No, I
Oh,
love
you love that
Gershwin.
stuff?
I love all those old standards.
And you were singing with Billy Bragg, who just did that was an interesting, he's just done a new record called Mermaid Avenue.
Right, it was a project that Billy adapted all these Woody Guthrie lyrics that were lying around, and Woody didn't really write any music to them, or at least he didn't record them, so nobody knew what the melodies were, and he wrote melodies to the lyrics.
And you helped him with that.
I sang on 2 of the songs.
So you were with Lilith a good chunk of the summer. You love Sarah. We love Sarah.
Sarah's wonderful.
She is wonderful. Even though I was reading lately that Joni Mitchell's been sort of dissing Lilith and the concept of all these women out there singing sophomoric songs or something. Did you hear about that?
Songs?
Yeah.
No.
You didn't feel that.
She must have just been cranky that day.
Imagine that.
Because I mean, anyone who criticized Lilith Fair, I think that if they'd actually been backstage and been on stage, all the criticism would have been dispelled, because it's really harmless. It's just a group of women playing their songs, and it's really wonderful that Sarah provides that forum for us.
And you're at Massey Hall in Toronto. It's a great old place. It's a wonderful place. I heard a lot of people there over the years on Friday. And then you take off for the UK. So you're still doing all this Ophelia stuff.
Well, because I did the Lilith Fair, that was the main introduction for the album, and now I'm going off to do shows on my own.
Once you get to the UK, you'll have to listen to some Spice Girl records.
I
laughed when I read you had a dream about them, but you'd never heard them.
Yeah.
Hard to imagine.
I live under a very large rock, for the most part.
Maybe I'd like to climb. Well, actually, I
climb
like the Spice
underneath
Girls.
it with me. No,
I saw the Spice Girls, Natalie.
I always tell people it's very interesting under my rock, but it still is, like, as far as popular culture is, I kind of limit what I'm exposed to.
Yeah, and then you can come out every couple of years and come out with this sort of thing. That's okay. I think this rock concept's working. Anyway, we will hear more from you, and we're so delighted you're here for the morning.
I'm enjoying myself.
Thank you. Natalie Merchant will be back, and news is next, coming up on Canada AM.
Our thanks to Natalie Merchant, who has been with us all morning and singing for us. And just before she sings one more time, she's kicking off a worldwide tour tomorrow at the Hummingbird Center in Toronto, starting in Canada, heading off to England, Australia, New Zealand. Doesn't get back to the United States till sometime in December, so she has a very busy few months ahead of her. And she's going to sing something from the old days, something from her 10,000 Maniac days. These are the days with Natalie Merchant.
You'll remember, never before and never since, I promise. Will the whole world be warm as this? And as you feel it, you'll know it's true. These are days, then you'll remember.
Oh, you sound great. Just fantastic.
I saw you looming.
Well, I was waiting for you to end because we always...
We?
We?
You and
well,
you and...
You know, sometimes it feels a little funny. We don't sweeten the soundtrack here, and it just feels inappropriate sometimes to have 6 people clap. To have nobody clap is not appropriate either, so I'm sorry, I don't know. Anyway, boy, you sound fabulous.
Oh, thank
Where does
you.
that voice come from? Is your family musical? Do you take after
Not
mom
really,
or dad? Or?
No, I just studied and practiced. And actually, both my grandfathers were sort of musical, but not professionally.
I've been looking at all the pictures in Ophelia. This is, which camera should I use? The latest CD. I don't know if everyone's seen inside this. This is not a look that people associate with you. You're this kind of the vamp thing. And if they've seen the video, I'll just turn this around. You do the cannonball lady with the hip sashaying and everything else.
A Russian cannonball.
All these different acts and persona you put on. Why do you do that?
Well, I wanted to play with the image with my own image. I've been, as Valerie mentioned before, I've been doing this for quite a while, and the last record I did just a straight black and white photograph, no makeup, and I didn't want to give the impression that all my records are going to be just, you know, revealing
Stark.
myself, you know, the inner self, that there are many different sides. There's a playful side and a serious side.
We had George Martin on the show this week, the man who produced all those great Beatle albums.
Right.
And he's produced a record to say farewell to record producing, where he brought in actors to sing songs. And he said the reason he did that is to sing a song properly, you have to be a good actor. I mean, to be a good singer is to be a good actor. Do you feel that?
Well, I write all my own material, and I wrote a lot of these songs from the point of view, different points of view. And like the song called The Living, I wrote about a man who lives in my neighborhood. He's kind of down and out, and he lives in a group home for handicapped adults, but he's an alcoholic. And I wrote the song just about isolation and despair, but I don't feel that isolated or full of despair. But to sing the song, I had to take on his character.
Yeah, you sing a lot in the first person.
Though the songs aren't necessarily about me, I do use first-person pronouns.
So what inspires you then? Why did he inspire you and your other neighbor didn't?
Well, my other neighbor did. He inspired a song on the last record.
You must live in a very interesting neighborhood.
Well, I think we all live in interesting neighborhoods. That's the thing is, I think that's sort of the role of an artist or a poet, is to find something that's unusual in what other people would see as mundane. Like this man just hitchhikes to town every day, and he does odd jobs and picks up some alcohol and comes home. And, but I always give him a ride, and he always talks to me. And I found out he was a trumpet player, and he actually auditioned for Count Basie and played in Count Basie's band back in the 30s, but was caught drinking and was kicked out of the band, and he said that was the beginning of the end. But anyway, if I had never stopped and picked him up and become friends with him and talked to him, he just would have been that sort of down-and-out old man that drinks too much in my town.
Do you consider yourself then a poet and a writer before singer, or...?
I don't think of myself as an extraordinary stringer. Extraordinary.
You have about 4 seconds to spit this out, Natalie.
I'm not a very good talker either.
Okay, well, look, you just shut up. Hey, play us just a little bit while we go out here, okay? Here's the new CD.
This is goodbye?
The World Tour is kicking off tomorrow. Hummingbird in Toronto, Natalie Merchant. Thanks for being here.
Good morning and goodbye. This is the end
of our show. Sorry that we have to go. Thank you, Natalie. That was on Channel 11, wasn't it? That was Canadian.
From Hamilton.
Yeah.
From Hamilton. Well, I lived right
watching
over
in Jamestown, New York?
right over the lake.
CTV.